JUDE, GENNIS, actor, aspiring writer. I just thought, questions, well, how about me? I'm pretty good source material. You know, I'm pretty much a mosaic of people. You know, there's so much I could have done with my life and didn't do. And there's many things I didn't have achieved. Processes involved was I just thought, as I said to you earlier, I thought of the BBC television programme Face to Face, and just imagined myself sitting in the armchair, the camera's on me, and the on-scene host is putting questions to me. I feel that I'm many different people in what a collective of people in one body. The reason I say that is, coming from a broken home, there's a lot of, there's been name changes. So I was one person up to the age of 11. Then from 11 to about 23, I was somebody else. And then I made the conscious decision to be somebody else, which is my legal identity to this day. And then there's the fourth personality, the personality of the actor. So when you start with my life, I had a childhood that ended at 11 years. Then I had a life that started from adolescence, so never had a childhood into adulthood. And then I have the third identity, where I was a man who, without a childhood, without a past, that started existing from the age of 23 to now. And now I'm an actor who has no past, apart from his late 30s, about 40. Started living from the age of 40 years old. So I'm a collective of people with different experiences. And in some ways I feel that makes me an ideal candidate to be an actor, because I'm more malleable. When I talk about style, I'm not talking about how expensive or how exclusive or how stylish a person looks. That is the ultimate expression of style, but that's more about how deep your pockets are to being able to do that. And that's the road I think people who are concerned about style in that fashion want to be heading. On a certain level, that's where I want to be heading. But when I talk about style and why it matters to me, I'm talking about style, the individual voice that it gives a person, how they look, how they move, how they dress. It doesn't have to be stylish, but I think what I'm going at is how confident a person feels in themselves, whether they're goth and they wear, you know, 10 feet high boots. It's carrying off that style that they've invented for themselves, that personal voice. It says who they are. Not everybody's going to like it, but you can't be to everybody's taste. I mean, obviously, if you go into an interview situation for a job, you have to dress within the formalities of that interview. But I'm more interested in personal style and the voice one has. It's important to me because it tells me about what a person is, who they are, what they're about, and that's why it's always mattered to me. That's a very good question. A textbook answer would be Nirvana, heaven, paradise. Failing that, you know, my own personal cruise ship, sailing around the agency, visiting, you know, sites in Greece where certain events from Greek myths took. That's always been an ambition, mind you. In light of that, and if you're on a budget, to be with my family where we can just relax and enjoy the scenery and the sights, essentially. I mean, I love London, I love living and working in London, but there comes a time where one needs to kind of get out from the smoke for a while and do something completely different. Can't do it at the moment, but so I kind of rely on work to take me out and about as far as possible, and it kind of does, because, you know, I'm here, you know, I've come down to this lovely part of southwest London where I've never been before, so I'm discovering something else. But yeah, I mean, the ultimate ambition, apart from the esoteric things like Nirvana, heaven, paradise, is to, you know, sail around on a yacht on the Aegean Sea and visit the Greek islands and look at where certain events from Greek mythology happened, because I'm a big fan of Greek mythology. So that's what I would want to do. Write, work out, the gym. In fact, I'll do absolutely anything to avoid boredom. It's very counterproductive, for me at least anyway. It leads to procrastination and wondering about the past, what was, what could have been, if, buts, why, wherefores. I'll do anything to avoid that. It doesn't help me at all to achieve what I want. Became an actor. Reason being, you know, I look at acting, I think, you know, I must be absolutely mad. But at the time, you know, things were rock bottom. And so for me, it would be easier. It was the easiest thing to do. I wouldn't recommend anybody, if they have a nice income, a nice house, good standard of living, to get into acting. Why give up security for the uncertain? City folk, bankers, wankers I like to call them, arrogant people. I think most city people are fairly arrogant. I live in the EC area of London, so I see it every day and I hate it to bits. City people, arrogant people, people who betray me. Have a short fuse these days for people who betray me. One of my rules in life is just freeze them in time, leave them behind. Grateful for the gift of life, for the love of my family and friends, especially those people who stick by me through the good times as well as the bad. Most certainly. The one drawback with caring about others, I'm very disappointed when people don't realise how much I care about them. Maybe until it's too late, but I don't hang around to find out when it's too late for them. I'm gone. Well, what's next for me is in the next week and a half I begin work on a horror film. I'm not sure what my role is in that, of I'm a victim, but it's almost as if it's going to be my first official debut in the world of film, despite the fact I've done about 25 films, bit parts, etc. Some major, some low budget, some no budget. But this is low budget, I'm being paid, and that's the most important thing. So it's kind of how I'm hoping how it works out. It'll be my first official debut. I mean, the film's going to go places, I know that much. Outside of that, I'm involved in a fringe play production. Rehearsals begin in September, and we go for 3 nights in Camden, end of September, beginning of October. So those are 2 things I'm looking forward to, really. So that's next in the short term, next month or so.